platform that could evolve because every rider has their own flavor. And what I like about it too is it's lighter, but it's still chunky. So if you add the crash bars on it, like I added crash bars on the front and back of mine, it makes the bike feel so much bigger. You throw the ape hangers on it, it makes it look huge, but it's still light. I love it, man. Let me know in the comments if you ride a Softail and what you think about the Softail. Shout to my Softail gang. Number 5, the Harley Davidson Fat Boy. The Fat Boy is one of the most slept on outlaw bikes in the entire biker world. Everybody talks about road glides and diners and Softails, but the Fat Boy, that's the quiet hitter in the back of the pack. The bike that don't brag, don't flex, but when it rolls up, everybody feels it in their chest. Who could forget Arnold Schwarzenegger making this bike iconic, the Terminator 2, when he dropped that shotgun, ripped down the LA riverbed, and rode that Fat Boy like Judgment Day was following him. The whole world took notice. That movie put the Fat Boy on the map. And Outlaws, they saw the energy, powerful, relentless, no emotion, just mission. The Fat Boy isn't built for the flashy dude. This is a grunt bike, heavy, solid, torque for days. It's the bike an OG chooses when he ain't trying to impress nobody. He's been around too long for ego. He wants something that feels like swinging a sledgehammer down the highway. Outlaws love the Fat Boy because it's tough as nails, no failings to crack, no fragile plastic, just metal, muscle, and attitude. A Fat Boy will take a beating, potholes, back roads, gravel lots, bar fights, and still start up the next morning. Like that's all you got? And the stance? Man, the stance. That wide front end, solid disc wheels, chunky forks. It's like riding a bulldozer dressed in leather. When a Fat Boy cuts into the pack, it looks like the road is gonna get out of its way. This is a bike with presence, straight dominance, without saying a word. Let me know in the comments if you ride a Fat Boy and what you think about them. Number 6, bikes that outlaws ride, the FXR. The Harley Davidson FXR. Some people call it the greatest Harley ever made. Others say it's overrated, and that's why this bike is perfect to talk about. Because the FXR is one of the most argued about outlaw bikes in the entire culture. Ask some OGs, and they'll swear on their patch. The FXR is the GOAT, period. As a younger rider, they say, bro, it's an old Harley with a triangle frame. So let's break down both sides because the comments are gonna go crazy on this one. First off, the FXR was built different. Harley made this thing with a frame geometry so ahead of its time, people still copy it till today. The triangle frame, rigid mounts in the right places, this bike handles like you cheat in physics. That's why so many outlaw riders fell in love with it. Not because it looked cool, but because it worked. But here's where the debate gets real. A lot of riders have never actually ridden a proper FXR. They hear the stories, they see the hype, but they don't know what it feels like to lean an FXR into a corner and feel that frame lock in like it's reading your mind. So people either glorify it like it's a religious artifact or dismiss it like it's a dinosaur. And let's keep it real, Harley made the legend even stronger by discontinuing it. If you can't buy something new, people worship it harder. You can't walk into a dealership and pick up an FXR. You gotta hunt one down, rebuild it, and respect it. Scarcity creates hype. That's just human nature. So, is the FXR truly the GOAT, or is it the Michael Jordan effect? Great in its era, but constantly compared to bikes and never had to compete with. Let me know what you think in the comments. Number 7, the Outlaw Blueprint, the Harley Davidson Panhead. This isn't just a motorcycle, this is the blueprint of outlaw culture. The Panhead is the bike that built the whole image, the long runs, the roadside repairs, the dirt roads, the fights outside of bars, the early 1%er era. When people picture an old school outlaw, they're imagining a man on a panhead and don't even realize. Keep it real. This bike isn't fast by today's standards. It isn't comfortable, and unless you know how to wrench, it sure as hell ain't reliable. But that's exactly why it earns so much respect. The Panhead separated riders from pretenders. You didn't just hop on a Panhead and go. You had to understand your machine, listen to every rattle, feel every vibration. It was part motorcycle, part commitment. If you took care of it, it got you home. If not, you were spending the night on the shoulder of a highway, questioning your life choices. And the styling, legendary. Those upside down panhead shaped rocker covers, the rigid frames, Springer front ends, tall sissy bars, all that came out of the panhead era. Look at old pictures of the most feared outlaw clubs from the 40s to the 60s. Panheads everywhere. This is the bike that gave outlaw culture its silhouette. But let me tell you why outlaws really loved it. The panhead punished you. It made you work. It tested your patience. You didn't call roadside assistance. You fixed that thing with a wrench, a shoelace, and a crushed beer can. And when you started running again, you felt like you earned your patch all over. Some old school club members still ride their panheads today, not because it's practical, but because it represents a time when the lifestyle was raw and unforgiving. Every generation has something to say about it, and that's what keeps this legend alive. So here's the question: is the panhead the greatest outlaw bike ever built, or is it just the symbol of a time the culture will never get back? Number 8, bikes that outlaws ride. The Indian. Yes, we're going there. Everybody loves to say outlaws only ride Harley, but if you've actually been around real clubs, real streets, and real bikers, you know that's not the full story. Because Indian is an American-made company that has been around since day one, before Harley. And the bikes lately have been getting so strong that even the die-hard Harley loyalists are running out of excuses. Let's start with the Indian Chief, the one that really hit the outlaw scene. That thing has that old school American muscle vibe Harley used to lean into. Big frame, big stance, big torque, and a ride that feels like it's challenging the whole road to a fight. Then there's the Chieftain, the bagger that made Harley riders sit up straight real fast. You see this bike roll into a lot, you're watching dudes whisper to themselves, like, damn, I didn't know Indian was doing it like that. Also, the Indian Challenger. This bike fans lose their mind. Cool power, modern engineering, a frame that corners like it's glued to the road. Clubs saw that, riders saw that, and suddenly you started seeing patches on Indian tanks. Harley has the culture, Harley has the legacy, but Indian came back swinging with straight up performance. And now there's a whole new debate. Are you loyal to the brand, or are you loyal to the ride? Some bikers say, if it ain't Harley, it ain't outlaw. Others say, bro, half the old outlaws rode whatever ran. And honestly, both sides got a point. So here's the real question. If an outlaw rolls into a clubhouse on an Indian,